It was, you know.
Where am I? Alaska.
It's cold in the motherfucker out here.
It is. I can see.
I got to put
I
my.
don't know. I'm gonna hold on. Let me just look at something real quick. Let me just see something.
I feel like an Eskimo with this goddamn thing on.
You can start, babe. If you, I mean, if you want to jump into something, or are you gonna me to
Oh,
talk?
okay, man. What we talk about today, man, or tonight because it's nighttime.
Well,
Well,
I like to talk my shit.
but then talk your shit and I feed off of it.
Is this live?
It ain't live on our page though. I don't think like that. This is a YouTube live.
What do you mean on YouTube live?
I don't know. I think it's a difference. I don't know because I did this live before, and I ain't see it on my page. So I think this is just in the lives. You know how you go to lives in the YouTube, not the other ones.
It's on your page.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
All right.
I
I
would have.
mean, we were really just doing a test run to see if we could both go live. Um, but I get triggered and I get frustrated, and all this, it's like false advertising with the black people that's in Mexico, and that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit because people are using the fact that they're there and they're using the fact that things are cheaper and they can offer it down there. It's not what it is. So that's why I always encourage people to do their research. I encourage people, you're freezing a little bit too. I encourage people to reach out to us behind the scenes because it's just so much information that I'm going to give you on this YouTube. Um, but yeah,
That shit's everywhere that you go to in the world is gonna have their pros and cons. Um, everywhere in the world gonna you're gonna see um the positive and negative of things that you might have been aware of or you might never seen and history wise, learning wise. It could be agriculture wise, people wise, melanin wise. Just eye opener. I try to tell people to stay focused on the not only culture but just the experience, and don't try to travel regardless of where you go with a closed mind. And when you're a good person by nature, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to see the good in it, or you're going to see whatever. But if you're not a good person, regardless where you travel, you're still going to be yourself. So don't get so distracted by the travelers. Be more in tune with their soul. You know what I mean? Because just because a person traveled, don't make them a good person. You know what I mean? So um that's what we have to realize. And we learned that, you know what I mean? Through traveling, learning about black people and shit like that. And it made us more open to Mexicans than we was before we left. So it made us even connect with them on a different level. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. Just connecting with people. If we went to Jamaica right now, we'll probably look at Jamaicans totally different because you're seeing them in their original state, not in American state. So, you know what I mean? It's just that's what we should focus on. And because if you focused on blacks, you're gonna be very disappointed, very highly disappointed because they're free physically does not mean they're free mentally. And a lot of people is trying to find a physical freedom, but a lot of people ain't trying to mental freedom. So what happens is they go to that place where it's free financially, but they're not using it for like a real a spiritual freedom. So everybody has different circumstances or perceptions of why they do certain things, but we learn to stay away from those from experience, and that's why we had to go through that.
yeah, but I mean, black people need to really get their shit together, and black people need to not be um, You know how a person say I got turned out? Like, don't turn out Merida, Mexico. And I say Merida because it seemed like that's the only place that black people seem like they want to go in Mexico when there's so many other places to go. And that's just off of people just hearing one thing and running with it instead of doing research because there's so many other nice places to go. But it's like they're starting to turn that place out. And to me, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. And like I said in a previous video, you have people that go down, they funds start to run out, and what they do is they go in these groups and they like prowl or prey on new people that are coming over there, and they'll try to offer you services or just do certain things to dig in your pocket, because when you go to Mexico you have to have some type of source to take care of yourself. And even if you are getting retirement or SSI, that's just probably enough to pay the rent and get groceries. You're still going to need food and money for other things. So, and it's sad that you have to leave. They say the United States is a plantation and we're slaves. And they say, oh, well, we made it out because but no, it's still a slave mentality. We're still treating each other like shit. I know when there was real slaves, when they left the plantation, I don't think they were running and then like talking shit to each other. They were probably coming together and happy that they left. But we're leaving the so-called plantation, going to Mexico, and then we're dividing up and then going against each other, and it makes us look bad. It makes us look bad, and I'm getting tired of this shit because I know I see people put videos up that I physically seen when I was down there. And if I wasn't around you, like I would hear certain things, and I see these videos, and it's just bullshit. I told people earlier. Well, I didn't tell people. I did a video earlier, and I said a lot of people are not gonna like me because I feel like I carry, like when you watch Jaguar, right? You see how she is, and like the Dame Dash. I feel like I have that type of energy, and it's gonna. That's just how I feel.
Salute, Spawn. Um,
Because
people
it's
used to
bullshit.
say,
I'm not going to sugarcoat and say, hey, come to Mexico. Everything's cheap. Everything's this and that. And then when you get down there with your family, you realize the language barrier. You realize those contracts. You realize you might not get money back when it leaves your hand because you changed your mind about something. Nobody's telling you this stuff.
that's why experience is always the best teacher. You know what I mean? Because people can tell you whatever, but you would never know about. People can tell you about jail all the time, but you would never experience it until you actually get there. Because everybody has a different way of experiencing things. So I got some dudes that go to jail and have a rough time, and then I got some dudes that go to jail and have an easy time. So if I'm listening to them people that went to jail and had a bad time, it would scare me. But if you listen to people that had a good time, it wouldn't scare you. So it's about the
Mm-hmm.
information you're getting it from. So a lot of times you have to be aware of the information you're getting, and you have to be aware of where it's coming from. A lot of us don't care about the information. We care about the comfortability in the information. So even though the person is a bad person, they're saying something good for us, so we'll listen to it. Even though they're a bad person. So I don't listen to the information. Sometimes I just listen to the person that's saying it. Who is this person that's giving me this information? Are they a good person? Are they loving? Are they caring? Do they care about the people? Because if you don't care about nothing and you're trying to give me good information, it sounds wrong. A hateful person trying to get good information. It just don't seems right. So when you're listening to those things, and we went through this, this is shit that we went through. When people's telling you, "Oh, come here. This is beautiful. This is this," and then actually you come here, it's like this. This is what it feels like. They're selling the dream of slavery to you. Like, yo, if you come here, it's like that, and then you come here and they leave you. And now you're like, yo, what the fuck? I thought y'all was gonna. Where's the love at? Because on this channel, y'all was showing me a tribe and together, and you got us trying to spend our money looking for compounds, looking for this, looking for that, because we're looking. We really want this tribe shit. We really. But then when you get here, it's not about tribe. It's about how can I sustain my lifestyle here off of you. And I didn't understand that because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on that same mentality. I'm looking at people, if you're conscious, then you're conscious like. So that means you think conscious. You're aware of
Mm-hmm.
of what you're doing. So if you're aware of you're using me for my money, then how can I say you're a conscious person? How can I look at you like a conscious person? So now I'm by myself again. I was about myself in America. Now I'm by myself where it's less black people, and now I'm even more by
Yeah.
myself because the little bit of black people I do have is not fucking with me because I'm acting like a nigga. Because that's what they ran away from. They ran away from niggas. So now that I'm coming here acting like a nigga, they don't like me. If I come speaking like a nigga, I'm not using nobody. So I'm the black sheep because I'm not using nobody. So now I'm by myself. But this is what's fucked up. This is what's really bad about the situation. When you start looking at the Mexicans, the one that live on this dirt, they understand what I'm going through because they went through it with the gringos. And I don't, and I'm like,
Hmm.
what? They're like, yeah, well, I understand what you're going through because we went through this when people try to take our land and people try to do this, the oppression, understand what it feels like to be oppressed. So now I understand you. So now it's like, oh shit, we can build on just, you know what I mean? Over here, we only can build when it comes to a dollar sign. So we'll talk, but after that, I need you to pay for my meal. It's like, what the fuck? We can chat, but I need you to buy my spray. I need you to buy this. I
Yeah.
need you to get. And it's like, what? I thought, what? They not asking for nothing, and they 10 times more poor than you. So what the fuck? Now I'm mind blown. You got a beautiful home. They don't. They have a. My man don't even have a fucking bathroom, and he don't ask me for $1. And you got a beautiful home, and you asking for. I'm
I
confused.
know.
I'm confused. So do I put more? I'm confused. But this is why I came down here. God need to show me. You were so caught up into color that you wasn't really thinking about love. And that's what I had to focus on. Love people. Don't judge people. And that's what I was doing. I was judging them. Not Mexicans. I was just judging what I was supposed to get. I'm supposed to get this. And that wasn't the message. The message was you're supposed to get love. Because that's what you really came down here for. And I didn't know. I didn't know what that was. Now I'm open. There's no love here. Promise you. In America, there is love. Family, kids, friends. You do have love, but it ain't like 100% like organic. It's like fruit. You get fruit, but it doesn't have all the seeds and the shit. So it's not like organic because people don't even know how to love to even love. But over there, that's the only thing they have because they don't have money. So all I have is this. So when they're being nice to you, when they're doing good things for you, it's because you know what I mean. They trying to show you they got over here. Why I gotta be nice to you if I got my own crib to go to? I don't need your fucking money. I don't need your money. I got my own money. I don't need you. It's fucked up. Mm.
That's a fact. But
Mm, mm.
the thing about it, whenever you go anywhere where they still have culture, you're going to find culture. You're going to find respect. You're going to find morals. You're going to find love. You're going to find better intentions with people. So
Yeah.
I can talk all day about, the Mexican people and the culture and the land. I want to stay focused on the bullshit that these black people is coming up here and just all right. This is sad. When you are in another country, you in Walmart, you see another black family, and automatically they drop their head or they won't speak to you. That's depressing because I don't see no other culture having that experience. So what is it about yourself that you hate so much that when you see another person that look like you don't even want to speak to them, and you're in a whole foreign country. It seems like you will want to come together and build. So that's the thing that lets me know that a lot of us are still dealing with trauma and PTSD. A lot of us on this spiritual journey is dealing with a lot of depression and a lot of other shit. And like I said, you running to Mexico or wherever you want to run to is not going to fix your problem. And the reason why I keep speaking about it is because I want to be able to help other people. Before you sell your home, before you leave your job, before you take all your assets and you go to another country, you need to have some common sense. You don't need to pay a realtor $500 US money. And I'm telling you from experience, because we found our own home. We started connecting with good people. And I'm just trying to save you guys money. I'm trying to save you guys a heartache, because you could be in my same situation and might not know how to recover from it because the betrayal you might feel or the trust you put into someone. We had people hanging around us just to see what we could give them, or if they could come stay with us because they was in a financial problem, because they came and spent all their money. And then they look at us like, well, you just got here. You're having fun. You're going out to eat because they're watching us. You're going to the beach and all that. They know you got money. And they will do anything and everything to not come back to the States. So they will act like they're your friend. And I just want people, and it's not everybody, it's not all Black people. It's just I want people to be aware of that before they even make a move. There's so much research you can do. Don't be infatuated with the cheap prices of Mexico, because that's all you see is people pushing out these videos of you can retire here. It's cheaper living. Yeah, but you need to tell people about the other stuff that's going on and stop trying to get them over there, because no one, if you get these people over here off of false lies and advertising, how you going to get them back when they need to go back? Because you're not telling them the truth about what's going on down here. So that's why you hear me being repetitive of the shit that I'm saying. You know, you cannot tell me that you're a healer when you're charging people $500 to teach them some shit that you learn for free. That don't make any sense to me, because when Jesus was walking around, he asked for donations. He didn't put a price on his gift, but he did need a donation, because even back then people knew I need some coins or whatever they was using to eat and get bread and water. So you would ask for a donation, but you can't really put a price on a spiritual gift that you have. And that's why I have trouble sometimes, not when it comes to my jewelry, but I have trouble sometimes charging when it comes to doing readings or any type of spiritual guidance help for people, because it's like, how can I put a price on it?
That's a fact.
So I just try to save people time, energy, bank account, frustration. And you know, just because you leave United States and you go to Mexico does not automatically qualify you for a spiritual guru, and you got a crystal on your forehead and your hair wrapped up. That, no, going to another country does not mean that you just qualify to be on type of spiritual path or some type of healing. No, the healing comes from up here.
You never
And a
know.
lot of you don't need to be over there, to tell you the truth, because y'all gonna make it look bad. And I'm telling you, they
They
very protective. Spawn said, "Do they treat you better? Do who treat you better? The Mexicans?" They treat you better because they have respect, they have morals, and they're not messed up as much as we are mentally. That's why we are very fucked up mentally. And I can say that for myself and other people, we are. And you don't realize how sick you are until you go over there. And a lot of Black people are going over there thinking that they're doing something better than somebody else because they left the country and they got the same messed up. You can't leave. You can't get away from your soul and your spirit. It's going to come with you.
some people like, yo, how can I explain it, man? It's not a lot of Black men going over there. It ain't like a place where you see a lot of Black men. From what I've seen, like mostly the Black men go over there are family men. Like they already in a relationship. You don't see like bunch of single um men over there, right? Um the thing about over there is it's more helping when it comes to just a society. So the Black women over there, by her getting more help by another race, not us. They feel more privileged to kind of down us. You know what I mean? So it's like a black girl fucking with a white guy, and this white guy is treating her marvelous. She gonna look bad on the black dudes that she had came across that didn't do this. So now we're the bad guys because this white guy is picking up all these pieces that maybe we didn't want to do or we argued about or whatever. So when I seen that, it was like really using. Like you see what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
well, all right, I don't need like I wasn't seeing a lot of black women get married. Like, oh man, we're getting married to this old Mexican. None.
Hmm.
But the help from the you see what I'm saying was really the number one source. So I was kind of confused of how can you satisfy yourself or even be around a whole bunch without seeing your own. So it wasn't about your culture. It was about the help. And that's what I seen. And I was mind boggled because I thought America helped you enough. I thought America was
Hmm.
helping you enough. I thought you came here to run, not for help. And you know what they did? They took that same blueprint to that's like being a slave, getting free, and then saying I'm gonna take that same mentality that the white man did to us, and I'm gonna do it to some niggas that don't know nothing about it. Yeah, they don't rock. And yo, bro, they didn't even rock with me, for real. Because I started asking questions, and when I ask questions, when I ask just a question, why is there so many black women here with no man?
Hmm.
And it was over. Over. They told me to go back to America. They said, why am I here in this group if I'm married? And this was a fucking group for everybody. Married men, singled, gays, regardless. You see, really, bro. And I'm shocked. So now I'm even like, what we doing here? You see what I'm saying? Like, so I had to cut that brain off about black power and say, you know what? It ain't about black. It's about love. That's what you have to take away. So when I start chilling around the Mexicans, I start seeing they had more love for me. They didn't argue as much. I didn't see them, but it was different. Everybody got their problems, but it wasn't like the problem was the main denominator to make you hateful. Here, racism, politician, religious debates, everything. And you're comfortable in the bins while you're saying that. It's like, what? It's like these motherfuckers ain't got half.
That's true.
And it's like you talking all this shit and you in the 200,000, you in it in the rain. I'm in places where they have to run electric from two or three houses just to get electric in here. And they're
Hmm.
smiling. They're smiling. You don't even want to talk about their situation because it brings real life. It's like talking to a stripper in the club about being a good mom. You're making her think while she's in her predicament. So sometimes you just go with it. So they realize to go with it. They don't think on it. They don't be like, damn, well, I'm in this book. They just go with it. They don't fuck up their day. The sun is still shining. So it makes me appreciate the little things that I never cared about before. That's what I focused on. But now I come back over here, and now I can't focus on the little things because the big things overrides them. And now I'm stuck. Mm.
I mean, you're never stuck because you always have choices.
Yeah, that's a
So
fact. I'm just
you
saying, you
might
know
be
what I mean?
stuck.
Like, you know,
Yeah, you might be stuck physically, but the thing I didn't like is, we would see black women over there and they'll have like their natural hair and the short hair, and then they'll come back to the States and you'll see them put the wig back on, or you'll see them put the extensions back in. So it's like you're confused, and you're bringing this confused energy to a country that United States don't care as much about their country the way Mexico does. You know what I mean? But I just get so upset with the ignorance of people just making these dumbass videos, and they're not even like really telling you the truth. Because the thing is, if you're
it's
trying to sell me something or teach me something, I need to know the good and the bad. Don't just tell me the good. So a lot of people are doing these videos and they're like, "Oh, come to Merida. You got cheap this, cheap that." They're telling you all these different things, but they're not telling you some of the negative that comes with it. Because they feel like if I can get you here, then I'll just go harder in your pocket because you don't know anything. You're gonna pay me. And I made the mistake of paying a realtor and end up doing everything on my own. A lot of stuff we did on our own, just common sense. I know how to pick up a phone and look for stuff. I know how to go on Marketplace because they got Marketplace. Another thing too, when you go to Mexico, don't buy nothing at the store. Go into these groups because there's always people leaving Mexico and they want to sell their stuff and they want to get rid of it for quick and for cheap. So it's a lot of things that we can give you information that's little tips to save you money for your pocket. And like I said, our business is not to do consultations. I'm just trying to give you information because, like I said, it takes a lot to get over there. So who wants to be played and it feel like the hood is there too. But it's not Mexico that's the hood. It's just like your own people. And that shit can traumatize you more because you're going to a place where you kind of want to evolve and whatever. And then you got to deal with the same shit. If you're not strong, that can mess with somebody mentally. So my videos is going to be raw. I'm going to tell you all the good stuff, but I'm going to tell you the stuff to be aware of so you can have a more pleasant visit, stay, live in there permanently, whatever it is that you are trying to do. Because a lot of y'all is putting up some weird videos, and I don't know.
Hey, yo, it ain't for everybody, man. Like, yo, I'm gonna
It's
tell you
not for
something, man.
everybody.
Hey, yo, what we did as hood people, people from the hood, we had options. You see what I'm saying? You got options, right? This is what I try to tell people because everybody ain't like us. Some people like to live by the ocean. Some people like to live in the city. Some people like to live in the jungle. Some people like to live in the gated communities. Whatever. Know your environment first. That's it. Because I'm gonna tell you what I know for a fact. They will see you as a dollar sign. That's what you are. You're an American. It takes money to come over here. So you got some type of bread. But this is what I know. From me, if I tell a Mexican right now, yo, I want to go get this crib, I want you to go look at it for me. He's gonna give him a Mexican price. He's gonna say $400 a month, $500 a month. If I go, he's gonna charge me 7, 8. Because he know now it's still cheaper than America. America's 12, 14. So I'm gonna look at it as like, hell yeah. But don't forget, the money change. This time I could pay 720. Today I could pay 700. One day I could pay 710. The market go up, I could pay 6. The money don't the price don't change, just the currency changes. You got to be aware of the taxes. Every time you go to that ATM machine and take that out, that transaction, that universal that shit costs. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't look the same. Make more videos. I'm definitely, but it don't look the same, bro. You know why? Because you don't see it. You don't really see it. It's no American money. You just see your money come out, boom, 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 boom. But it's yo, when we first moved here, they was trying to get us. Yo, move here. This is beautiful. But I'm saying in my mind, this is American shit. Like I want to live with the Mexicans and with them, like in the area. But it wasn't a lot of black people doing that. And the ones that was doing that, paying 500. They paying 400. They paying cheap. The ones that's living in them nice spots, they paying 700, 800, 900 because of their choices. We got the same choices. Me and you, we got the same fucking choices. You chose to go in downtown Mexico and live in the high rises. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. Oh my God, the city, the stars. But you paying 9. Don't go and say Mexico is expensive. It's not because Mexicans can't pay $900 a month because they only make 500 a month. So you're not living Mexican way. You're living American. That's where you fucked up. You're mental. American. Nah, you gotta get out there. Think like the land.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to send you a link.
Love you too,
You
bro.
were supposed to accept it because I'm not live on my page. So I don't know how to do it next time. No, I ain't gonna do it now.
I'm still
But
trying to see how this shit even work.
no, I'll do a test run when we're done. But I want us to come back up here because I don't want to be up here too long. But I really want to talk about, and we could touch a little bit into it, but we're gonna build more. All this shit is popping. I'm distracted.
Your background look
About
nice.
just, huh?
Your background look nice.
Oh, thank you. Just the mental health. Your yawning is distracting me. I have ADHD or whatever you call it so bad.
What the
It is
fuck?
distracting me. That's why I like. I see you over there. The mental health, the conscious community, the spiritual community, is to me like the new hypocrites. When we talk about the black church, a lot of people that are on a spiritual path, they'll say, "I'm not religious." What they say, "I'm not a religious person, but I'm spiritual." Right? And they'll say, "Well, I was raised in the church, and I feel like the church people are hypocrites, blah, blah, blah." But I feel like the conscious community is starting to take on that wave. You got women portraying something that they're not because they got the head wraps and all that. Peace Soul
What's up,
Walker,
bro? Oh,
Spawn,
Soul Walker.
Spawn, sorry. Um, then you got the conscious women, huh?
Now I called it the wrong name. I was saying, I forgot we talked about the building, and you know what? Sometimes your old
Yeah, I
name.
just see the name pulled up. So you see women portraying themselves to be something that they're not because they're conscious now, and men are doing the same thing. They learn a little knowledge and try to put. So we need to be mindful of that because it's like we're looking bad. The way we talk about the black people in Mexico, I got to talk about the conscious community and the spiritual because, like I said, we'll say, "Oh, we shied away from the church because the hypocrites," but look at the way we act. We're not conscious about nothing. We talk conscious, but we're not even when that camera go off and we go back in the house or whatever, we go right back into our shit. And on top of that, it's a lot of mental health that comes with being on this journey. It's a lot of mental health that comes with being the chosen. And this is something that we can shy away from and not talk about because I know in the black community we've been taught not to talk about mental health, but I see it. I see it. If I can feel energy, I can see it and I see it. I see it in people that I know. I see it in people that I watch. I see it in myself. And we don't talk about that. We don't support each other. Because this spiritual journey, man, it's a lot. Once your shit is open, the more information and knowledge that comes in, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm trying to put something in the chat. Hey yo, Cross. I want you to look up the dude, right? His name Billy Carson. Billy Carson. Yeah, Billy Carson. Um, very deep brother and a black dude. Um, we 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 evolved, and what we evolved to now is we have a lot of information. It's a lot of information out there. I mean, it's so much, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. But the thing is, you have to really understand. There's levels to this, right? You got students, you teachers, and masters, right? Right now, we're going through a stage and stuff like that, whatever, like that. Boom, understand that, right? When you look at movies, every person they say, "Yo, the world is coming to an end," they said it was crazy. Every person that say whatever, they said it was crazy. When you start thinking that about yourself, you start to realize you're not crazy. It's just that the information that's coming to you might be crazy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because the information is crazy what you're getting because regular people ain't getting this information. Because if they was, they'd be making better choices. So now you're getting this information and it makes you feel crazy. It makes you feel crazy. You're not crazy, just the information you're getting. If you can learn how to take that information and do something with it, it wouldn't feel crazy. It only feel crazy because you're not doing nothing with it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the way I don't know, man. It's just society is making you look crazy when you're really the one with the truth, and you know you're the one with the truth. People just look at you crazy because they've been taught to look at you crazy because you are telling the truth. So You just have to be not distracted, man, because you will get distracted from people because they will distract you, man. They will. You
I mean,
will.
society has always twisted everything around. So a lot of the mental health that these doctors see, some of it is mental health and some of it is spiritual gifts. They just are so quick to put people on medicine. And even if it's a physical medicine or mental, it's always something to keep us like our hands tied behind our back. You know what I
It's a
mean?
fact.
So that's why I said I see a lot of mental health. Like if you watch Dick Gregory, like how angry a lot of people took him as being angry, but I didn't take it as that. I took it as him being
Passionate.
frustrated. That's two
Passionate.
different things, being frustrated because it's like people don't get what he's saying, but to him it's so fluent because it's common sense. Because but only the chosen is going to feel that stress from the information and the stuff that we see and feel. Babe, you are
I
distracting
know.
me
Why you? I know
with
he was
that
gonna say something.
yawning.
I know he was gonna say something. Yeah, I knew he was gonna say
You keep
something.
yawning and it's distracting. I know why you yawning. It ain't because of me, but you keep yawning. It's distracting. You need to yawn to the side.
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna rope another one too, yo.
How can you smoke that much? I mean, I would be
Hey, yo,
fucking in a
yo,
coma.
I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you some. I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit,
God
and this is not.
damn.
This ain't going off course, but this is something that we all deal with, but people might not be able to explain it maybe the way I do. We all deal with demons. You know what I mean? We deal with demons. My demons are so when I make a blueprint of how to deal with them, I won't need to smoke as much. I don't even look at smoking as even. I look at smoking now like smoking a cigarette. You know what I mean? Because how much I smoke of it. But it's really you're trying to put a band-aid on feelings or things you didn't learn to control yet. So what I'm trying to do when I smoke a lot is I'm trying to suppress the emotions or maybe the thoughts or maybe the hyperness or whatever, but not knowing what the effects doing. I was telling my mental health lady today because you know I go to my mental health shit today. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you some shit. Yeah, I go to mental health shit like that. I gotta tell people real shit. So I was like, yo, this is what people don't realize. Real shit. I'm a real nigga, right? This is what I try to tell people. This is what I told her. And she was mind blown, right? Because this way I try. People don't realize their comfortability can affect them in the long run, but they don't realize it because at that time they're comfortable. So right now, if I love ice cream, I love ice cream when I get uncomfortable. Not knowing that ice cream will make you get diabetes in the long run. It will make you cause amputation. It will give you a lot of bad problems, but you don't think of it now because it's comfortable. So right now, I'm smoking a lot of weed. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable now, but it's messing my insides up, my liver, my lung. But right now I'm good. So as I get older, I will start to see the effects. But I didn't care about it in the beginning. Why? Because I was caring more about comfortability than my health. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm starting to notice people are doing. They're caring more about comfortability than the facts. The facts is if you keep doing this, it will have a bad outcome. Now, even though you know the fact, you don't care about it because it takes away your comfortability. And that's what I'm noticing. And that's what I have to learn. Not only balance, but how to get away from my comfortability of this and find a better comfortability here. Because that's where it starts. Here. If I'm not comfortable here, I'm not comfortable nowhere. Don't matter where you put me. She'll tell you. You could take me to Mexico the first time. And once I didn't have this, my whole mood changed. Now, don't forget, I'm in a whole nother country. You should still be ready to party, even though you don't have this.
You
But you
remember
know what?
Hell Date?
I'm telling you,
You remember Hell Date?
hell yeah. And I try to
Remember when
hold it
they was
down.
on and that little midget or that little thing will run out and the lady
Yeah,
that's how it felt when you didn't have smoke.
I'm telling
It's
you.
a lot. It's a lot. We joke about it, but it's a lot. It's a lot because only thing you're doing is trying to self medicate because you're trying to deal with these demons. And like we talked about this morning, you have to be very mindful. Why are you looking like that, babe?
Because I yawned when I was with my head down. I
I
think you
didn't catch
saw
the yawn. I wasn't
it.
looking. So we have to be very mindful of our routine because sometimes our routine is not healthy. And until we evaluate our routine, you won't even realize, how unhealthy your routine is until you really evaluate shit. You can speak conscious all day, but if you're not really digging into your routine, what you're doing, who you're talking to, what you're listening to, you can talk conscious, but it's not going to do anything. You understand? So that's why I said we got to be more mindful of what we're doing. And when you are the chosen, you are chosen for a reason. It goes a lot deeper than just getting these downloads. You have to be sharing this information with people. So that's why I try to push myself more, um, with just the channel and being on social media, because that's just part of the reason why you're here, is to give the information. When you get downloads, it's not just for you. It's for you to give it to other people. Even if it just reaches one person, it's still a download that they can take with them. It don't matter if you at work, if you're waiting for the bus, whatever the situation, you got to be sharing it. So that's why I know my purpose, but at the same time, it doesn't make life easier. You're less confused, but it doesn't make life easier. You know what I mean? So we all struggle. Your demons might be in the morning, mine might be at night, mine might be while I'm asleep. You might handle yours smoking, I might handle mine in a different way, but we shouldn't pass judgment. We should be trying to come together and trying to help, but it's not like that. And it feels like, it just feel like shit is getting worse. It feel like stuff is getting worse. And like you said, it's not affecting you now, but eventually it will. If you keep drinking, eventually it will affect your body. So you have to be conscious of what you're doing, and you have to have a better routine, because when you get up in the morning, that's your go-to. Oh, let me, but you got to change that.
Yo, I don't like the.
I mean, the way you smoke, I would have been in a coffin. I don't understand, and I'm not knocking it, because I used to smoke. I can't smoke anymore, but it just be too much. I can't. My lungs can't.
Tell
I
you,
can't take it.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Like, yo, a lot of it ain't for everybody. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, and the real can understand. You see what I'm saying? This ain't weed, and I'm a real nigga. This ain't weed, man. This right here, I smoke way too much. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you what I came to consideration to. My motherfucking ears got cold as hell. Something like that. Let me tell you the consideration, right? So when I was young, we didn't have this, right? If I didn't have no weed, it was cool. We still played. We still had fun. We still did the 1-2. We said I'll never be a crackhead. You see, Ray down the street, them niggas is crackheads. I ain't never be no fucking crackhead. I noticed as I got older, this start to be like crack. Without it,
Hmm.
you go do withdrawals. What? Withdrawals? What the fuck? Let me tell you some real shit. I've been to jail a lot, and I smoked a lot. I've smoked PC. Let me tell you something. It's harder to get off this than it was for me to get off PCP. And PCP is 10 times stronger than this shit will ever be. I quit that
That's
shit
bad.
in the fucking night. I said, I'm not smoking no more. I met her. I quit. Done. Didn't touch it. 14 years. Never smoked it since. Right? This motherfucker, I've tried and tried and tried and tried and always come back. It could be a bowl, it could be a gummy, it could be a vape, it could be a cookie, it could be a brownie, it could be something that's always got THC in it. So it's still, you know what I mean? It's like staying away from sugar, but you eat sweets. Now you don't eat the cakes and shit, but it's still sugar. Doesn't matter. You didn't get away
Uh-huh.
from it. You know what I mean? Because you always find another substitute. So it's the same thing for this. So until I get it, I'm gonna tell you, I'm only real. Until I get away from this, you're not gonna read your higher self.
No.
This blocks it. I'm telling you, I'm being real. I have energy right now. I got energy to make content. I'm ready to go. I don't give a fuck what she say. I'm ready to go. She know me. I'm ready to fuck. I don't give a fuck what she say. I'm out there and I call her, babe, I'm out here with doing it. And she be like, yeah, I told you. I'm hyper. When I smoke this, it's like, should I make content? I'ma just chill. I'ma just relax and do. And it's stopping me. The thoughts is still there, but the energy ain't 100%. Even the thoughts is blockage. Even the dreams is blockage. This ain't what the fuck is supposed to be. I'm telling you. I take break, but my withdrawal is usually insomnia. So after a week, I get crazy. All right. Now let's be real. Let me put you in jail. I got to give you 3 years. What you gonna tell them? Oh my God, guard! I got insomnia. I need a joint. Niggas like, get the fuck out. You gonna go? You gonna be like dope heads, crack heads, and everything. You gonna
Mhm.
go through that withdrawal. You gonna go through that mother. And guess what happened in 3 weeks? You gonna be working out. You gonna be at the law library. You gonna be. I'm gonna see you in 3 months. You gonna be big as hell. Look at Crows. That nigga big as hell. Yeah. See. But why do we got to go in that circumstances and those hard conditions and those hard structures just to be civilized and just to be
Lack of discipline.
there we go. You see what I'm saying? There, the discipline out here, I got options. I can make excuses for
You got
myself.
a choice, but that goes to show how weak our mentality is when we have to be in those harsh conditions just to treat ourselves better. Just like for an example, I've always told people I'm not the type of person where I have to get sick on my deathbed to realize, oh my God, I need to eat right. I'm not the type of person where I need to get cancer to realize I should have, like, I already have that shit in the back of my mind. So that we have to do better when it comes to that. It's nothing wrong with smoking. It's when the smoke is controlling you, that's when it's a problem. When it got a hold on you, that's when it's a problem. Once you can be in control of it, then you're gonna make it work for you the way you want to make it work for you. But right now it's doing nothing but draining you. Everybody's different. So, the list will be different for you compared to somebody else. But it's a lack of discipline. That discipline goes a long way. And when you are outside the country, oh, you're gonna have discipline. You're gonna have discipline. We was talking about that earlier. You probably wasn't in the live when we was talking about that. But yeah, you shouldn't have to be forced though. That's just when you see that in yourself, it's just self-reflection. It's self-reflecting of what you need to take care of. And the universe is gonna show you. It's your choice if you wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? Instead of me smoking in the morning, I'm gonna go take a jog or I'm gonna take a run. Like he said, if you go to jail, you have no choice. Out here you do. So you have nobody but to blame but yourself. And that's the worst thing is when you gotta look in the mirror and realize you the reason for this, that, and the third. It ain't nobody else. But we all struggle. I tell people all the time, just because I have spiritual gifts, just because I do things for people, I still struggle with a lot of shit. I just fight because I have to fight. I have no choice. I have no choice. I'm always gonna fight. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm fighting. Because if I wake up during the night and if a thought or something just happens to come in, no good.
You know what? I don't want to be. I gotta be real because I was listening to what you were saying, and when you talk, I get downloads. That's just how I am. I don't like to be that way. Just how my mind is. When you in jail, I'm 37. I'm old by like experience. I've been on this earth a while, but I'm still a student. And by me never having no good teachers, I'm always going to be sometimes a bad, sometimes like that. You know what I mean? What happens is when you go to jail, every man that's in that jail is on one accord. If you don't go to school in jail, you're looked at bad. Like, yo, bro, you stupid. Why you ain't going to school? This the opportunity for you right now to make something of yourself. You're trying to get now. Everybody's on this accord. So now you feel weird, kind of, if you're not on that accord. So now you're going to school. You're trying to get your degree. Now you calling home more. Hey, babe, guess what? I'm trying to get my degree. Because you know why? All them niggas is on the phone. So now you're sitting there like this, right? You're playing cards. And you see my man using a phone, right? Calling his daughters and shit. You know what you start saying? I'm about to call my daughter and see what she doing. Now look, you're falling in line. Let's take you in the streets. Niggas like, I don't call my daughter because the baby mom. Now you like, you know what? You right. That's why I don't call my bitch. Because look, you see what I'm saying? The structure. the base bandwagon effect. So I realized even me as a leader, I have that bandwagon effect. So because I have that, I have to make sure whatever bandwagon I get on has a good effect on me. Because I am a leader, but I'm not a good enough leader to be a leader. I'm still a follower first. I still need to learn how to be a leader. Everybody thinks you can do it yourself. That is true. But somebody has to give you the tools. You can't find everything. If you could, you wouldn't use Google so much. YouTube wouldn't be so famous if people had all the fucking answers. Google wouldn't be so famous if people have all the answers. You don't have all the answers because that's why you research. So that's our problem. We think we have all the answers, but we lack getting the answers in the right places. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem. So that's what I'm noticing about myself. Yo, man, you got to be around. Stay around a man right now, a good man. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. He's a good father. Just say, but what you gonna start doing? It's gonna start wearing on you. You gonna start doing shit. I want, hey yo, y'all going to the park? I'm gonna take my daughter. Hey yo, come on, y'all. I'm gonna bring my daughter to the park with y'all. Now you start doing shit. Now you start bring because the environment takes a village to raise a child. That's what I'm noticing. Me, when I'm by myself, I got my own thoughts. I block everybody else that might have something positive that could be effective to me. You know why I don't listen? Because I have my own brain. It's not just for you. Because if it was just for you, you won't be on YouTube talking. So, what makes you different than a talker to be a listener? You have to be both to be a leader because you have to listen to the people to be able to know how to deliver. Me, I'm not a good listener yet. I'm learning because I'm still emotional. I'm still in my feelings. I'm still this me. So I have to work on that. What can I work on it? I need an example. I'm not enough. I'm being honest. And guess what makes the examples now? Influencers. That's why they get paid so much money because they're examples of what you can be, how you can get it. So they make the blueprint. I'm like, yo, where's the blueprint for us though? For the real niggas. They on YouTube. I can't talk to you. Right now, me and my wife is fighting. We're going through something right now. Who can I call? Give me some good advice as a man. Nobody. So guess who I go off? My own emotion. Is that good? No, that's not good. There's no grandpa. Hey, yo, grandpa. No, I got what the fuck? Now you have to learn from mistakes. Mistakes. What people say, I've made those mistakes so you don't make them. Who can I go to that made those mistakes that I can go to tell me the right information? Nobody. Who I know that been together 14 years. In my family like that. Not a lot. Not a lot. I can't go to them about relationships. That's why they're not in one. What the fuck? Who I'm gonna go to? And the dudes I do know, they just stuck around. They don't even know. So I'm lost. So I want to get on this high level, but there's nobody around me to teach me how to get there. There's no prophets. There's none of that I can touch, look up, watch their feet, do little certain things. There's none of that. You're left here by yourself. Learn for yourself. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's not. I don't know why they taught it. There's nowhere in ancient texts, Sumerian texts, tablets, anything that says people. They never said that. But that's a lustful, a selfish trait, and they made it look beautiful, just like cigarettes. Cigarettes looked bad, but it doesn't look bad when it smells like bananas, and it's in a vape. It looks cooler. Same way with weed. That's why so many people smoking it that wasn't smoking it. Now they are because it looks cooler. Mm-mm. So does the words. Uh-uh. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a fact. Telling you, you gotta understand that shit, man. This shit ain't nothing easy when you're not chosen. A lot of these people want to be enlightened, but they're really not enlightened. They're not enlightened. They just want to be because that's the wave. It's like conscious pimps. Back in the 70s, it was pimping. The 90s, it was preaching. Early 2000s, it was like raps and shit like that. Now everybody, even rappers, talking conscious. Everybody want to be conscious. That's the thing. Like conscious is the fucking wave. Preachers even like doing like everybody is just conscious. Water never has so many different varieties. Like how many waters can you fucking have? Like how many springs are there? Like like my man said, if you think water came from Fuji, then you a fool, G. Like you see what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Mhm.
how much fucking smart water for dumb people? People really balance water? You balance the water out? Like, how did you? Like, what the fuck? And then you got tap water, well water, spring water. You got all this fucking water. You got all this water. What the fuck is going on? But people psychologically, s- this water is the best water. I'm gonna tell you something. My kid's been drinking Walmart water for a long time. That motherfucker ain't even got a name on it. It's store brand. You know what I'm telling you? It ain't nobody die. But this is what people are telling you. Oh, all this, you do the listen, let me tell you something right here. I've seen people in Africa drink muddy water. They just scrape the water and just drink the muddy. God has designed your body so strong. I don't think a little bit of minerals in your fucking water is going to kill you. I don't think that. But we're focused on that psychologically. The best water. That doesn't, it's filtered. Life is
Yeah,
filtered. That's a
I was
fact.
gonna say that. I was gonna say like life right now is it's been an illusion, but it's more of an illusion where we're at, and that's why I want to bring more awareness to mental health because a lot of us we've always dealt with mental health, but it feel like it's more about a high now because the true people that are really conscious, the true people that are really awakened and understand their gifts, they're going to feel more depression. That's it just comes with it. And then you
I'm
got
with
the
it.
ones that are faking and just repeating the knowledge and dressing a certain way to look a certain way to get certain things or whatever, male or female. But the ones that's really awakened and know what's going on, that shit is hard.
Your dreams is
For
different.
me, yeah, for me being an empath, like you always feeling energy, and it could be energy. It's a lot. It's a lot because we still we have other dimensions around us, and when you take that plant medicine, you tap into that. So imagine walking around and you just feeling energy all the time, or you just picking up like people can be talking, and it's like you just know they full of shit. You know they lying. Like you feel that shit in your soul, and it's like um yeah, each level, like I told my husband earlier, I don't regret anything when it comes to the level you go on, the depression you go through, the hard and good. This the it's just a lot. It's a lot mentally. And you
This
see
shit
it.
ain't. This shit, I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Even the conscious community can or the spiritual leaders, you gotta be careful. I've never been a follower, but for people that are more on that type of energy and that type of time, you gotta be careful because they're brainwashing as well. Oh, if you don't do this, then this is that's all bullshit. Because it all starts up here. You have trillions of cells in your body that goes off your command. So I don't think if you don't burn sage today, I don't think the devil gonna come in. If you don't put your crystal on, I don't think the devil gonna come in. But you're so brainwashed to think that because you got enough energy in yourself to protect that um, energy around you to protect you from stuff. Yeah, fake prophets.
This is yo. Let me tell you something, man. People
Damn,
don't
I'm on this
understand this
shit.
shit, man. Let me tell you something. Tell you something. You don't want to be conscious. Who the fuck want to see ghosts? Who the fuck want to see evil? You don't want. Look. That's why people say
Yeah,
don't
but
mess around with
it
this
comes
shit.
with it though.
But people tell you don't mess around with this shit. People tell you like, yo, it ain't for you. Some people tell you this shit. I don't think you really want this. They'll tell you that shit. But people will see the money from it. People will see the whatever, and they be like, fuck, I don't care. Give it to me. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I'm a real one. That's why everything I say, I'm not blood. When me and her the other day was talking about just spirits. I'm gonna tell you, you don't understand the spiritual realm. You don't. Don't fuck with it. Look, let me tell you something. A name came to me, right? I said Jezebel. You know what I mean? The demon. Whatever. It just came to me. So we researched it. Boom. And the person, whatever came up. This is how wicked. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm smoking, right? I feel tired. I want to take a sleep. I want to take a nap. I took a nap in the bed. She'll tell you I took a nap. Soon as I took a nap, I had sleep paralysis. Soon as I took a nap. Now I don't get that. That's not me. I don't get sleep paralysis. That's not even my thing. But something even in my brain told me that that was something else. and I'm fucking with something. Now I didn't talk about it since. I have had it since. When I was about to have this conversation, my brain inside say, "Don't speak of that." You know me, I'm a tough nigga. I'm like, man, fuck, I'm gonna say it anyway. But the brain is saying, "Don't." And I know it ain't God saying that. I know it ain't God saying that. It's that other motherfucker because I know who you are. You see what I'm saying? Soon as I had that, soon as I talked about it, I'm like, I'm tired of the motherfucker. Take 20 minutes, whatever, half an hour. Man, that motherfucker, yo, I couldn't wake up. I'm sticking my eye feel like halfway closed. Hell no. Hey, yo, bro, I'm telling you,
That's true.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I smoke. She don't even face me when I sleep. And if she do, she keep her arm up. When you deal with demons, bro, your dreams are totally different. I'm fighting demons. You don't look, listen, people that are hurt, I'm fighting them. People that not here, they're dead. And I'm still fighting them. I'm fighting the niggas that we, oh shit, nigga, where you? And now she like, oh babe, what the fuck? I thought you was let me smoke this shit before I go to sleep because I don't want to think about that. I can't, it ain't nothing I can do. I don't choose where I go. But your universe in here is your whole universe you created. So I have to tap in to my community. I created that. If I start talking about horror stories, I'm gonna have a horror sleep. If I talk about whatever, because I'm creating that. So what I created in this temple is where I'm go back to. It can be past or present or future, but it's my rim, and I created it. So that's when I go somewhere else, I see me in a different world, in a different light, in a different time. I don't really see other people. I really see me, just in a different environment, just in a different situation. But it's me. It's me. It's really nobody else, unless it's a message. I had a message about somebody that's different. I'm getting a download that's different. But really, the messages that I get, the mess is for me. So that's what I'm scared of. The messages sometimes. So I try to smoke them away. But then sometimes that don't even work because God even blocks that. Like, take that one. You know what I mean? So I understand, but that's real. That's what I'm saying. It ain't good to be conscious because you start seeing demons that you don't even know exist. It's like taking DMT, but you're not taking DMT. You see what I'm saying? Like you're aware of the shit without even that's scary. Who the fuck want to see a demon? I don't want to see one. I want to sit here and smoke, but I can see the demon in them. It's like, what the fuck? Now I can't smoke with you. Now I can't chill with you. That's the same reason. Like, say if you go to work and then you go and see, and then you go to work the next day. Now you see everybody's a demon. You gonna still work there? You can't. It's hard. How you gonna do it? But you wasn't enlightened at first. That shit is serious. Fucking right. I be trying to tell her that. We trying to tell her that. Hey,
Yeah, right.
some alone time. Freak nasty. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get some of that, get some of that, eat the groceries.
Whatever.
Well,
That laughing don't take away all that pain.
it don't. It just makes it feel better.
It don't.
It don't take it away. It's not. Nothing takes away the pain. It just makes the pain easier to deal with. Once a motherfucker get beat up, they gotta laugh that shit off. Cause if not, they gonna go back and kill that nigga. So go and laugh that shit off, bro. Don't take it too hard. Laugh that shit off. It ain't about nothing. I mean, even though it's about something, pretend it ain't. Pretend it ain't. Cause you gonna react off that, and it's gonna be emotional.
Well, I mean, just to change subject from demons and stuff. I hate talking about that type of shit when I'm about to go to sleep.
Nasty time. I'm ready.
Oh God, I can't talk no more.
What, man?
Go ahead, cause you distracted me.
Man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling, yo.
Go ahead, you distracted me.
I'm chilling though. Just love more, man. That's what I try to tell people, man. Just be open minded, yo. Just be open minded. Everything is really in yourself, man. It ain't really too hard, but it ain't for everybody, man. Sometimes you going me and you can read the same book, but everybody ain't gonna be connected to it. You know what I mean? I can read something and something might have it in me the deep dive, to dive deeper in it. And you might not have that. You know what I mean? Because maybe I'm connected to it. You might read something about Islam that might make you dive. I mean, it's everybody's connected to something, man. You know what I mean, so it's what you're connected with. I notice I'm connected with animals. I'm connected with like I don't
Well,
know how to
yeah.
explain it. I don't know how to explain it because I never grew up in an environment where a lot of black men was like open to animals other than pit bulls, and they wasn't open to cats. So for me to like to feed animals like squirrels, like birds, and just anything, just like to just like not take care of them, but just like to show them some type of love. You know what I mean? And it just in me. So I don't want to be a veterinarian because I don't want to cut nothing open. I don't want to see nothing hurt, broken, or something like that. But I love nature, and I don't know why. You know what I mean? And sometimes that fucks with you because you don't know how a stone cold gang banger, thorough murder up, bang bang, shoot 'em nigga has a connection with nature, and that's what I had to go through to connect to other people that was going down the same path. So only way I can show a change is for me to actually be that change. So I have to go through that, being sexual assaulted, going to going jails and going through all these things. So when other men going through these problems, you can be the example of what you've been through and what you are now. You know what I mean? So you are the example. But by me blocking my potential and what I'm supposed to do, that stops me from being that example to other men that might need a way out. And it's not a physical, it's just a mental way out. And you are the way. It's like it's a lot of black men. I ain't the only one. I ain't no prophet. Even though I might be, I can't be in this world. So that's out the window. You know what I mean? Because I have too much connection to this worldly stuff. And if I was a prophet, I wouldn't even want to be. But it's just you gotta really get to that higher level, and it comes with a lot of not discipline, but a lot of not discipline, but a lot of change. I mean, meditate, not meditate to like astral plane or nothing like that. Just to get your mind right, just to get a good, just to learn how to line your body up, just like talk to your cells, communicate with your mental on the different, like all these things that just takes to reach your higher self. You know it, but you just don't practice it because that demon knows if you try to do that, you're going to be somebody he don't want you to be, and that's what his whole purpose is, for you not to be the person that God wants you to be. You know what I mean? And that's his job. You know what I mean? And he's working right now, but it doesn't work too long. It's not going to work too long because it's having too much physical effects on me to the point I'm having no choice but to change. And I don't want it to come to that. But sometimes a hard head makes us all fast.
Yeah, but sometimes we have to take responsibility for um, our participation and our relationship with these demons that we have. Because the demons you have from your past, your present, the demons that are going to be created as you move forward on this journey, like we have to take responsibility for the relationship that we allow. That's like somebody getting beat. It's like after a while, that woman has to take responsibility for
Facts.
how many times she allows that ass whooping. So I have to
Facts.
take responsibility. I've never been the type of person to like to feel sorry for myself or oh because my dad wasn't around. That's just an excuse. So a lot of times we get so comfortable in our routine of excuses that you don't even know that there's a problem because you're so quick to run to the trauma and run through the pain. Like he said, I gotta work, I gotta solve the pain before I do anything. And that's a fact, but we're never gonna get to a place, and I'm speaking for myself, where I kept telling myself, I gotta get rid of this pain. I gotta get rid of this pain. I gotta work through this pain because that pain is always gonna be there. It's how I
Always.
respond to it is the key. But sometimes we'll say to ourselves, like, I want to get away from my lower self. You are your lower self. You just have to learn how to vibrate on a higher frequency. Um, so it's a lot that comes with it. That's why when we left, the whole thing was to be part of a tribe. My thing has always been find a tribe, be part of a tribe, be part of your soul family. Like you have soulmates, and I don't mean soulmates of people that you're with in a relationship soulmate. I'm talking about like your soulmate. Like these are people that you probably came from the same planet or stars or somewhere, and now you're here on this planet doing your job as a light worker or whatever you want to call yourself. So you got to get back connected with that family so you can build something while you're here. And I know it's going to come. These are people that I probably don't even know, but there's more to life than just what it is every day. I don't care where you're at on your spiritual journey, is more to it. And when you get connected with the right pieces of people, you know what I mean? It starts a whole different vibration. But the animals, you're supposed to be connected with nature. I'll be scared of somebody that's not connected with nature because that's part of the journey as well. Is the animals, the just everything that's around us. It comes from a higher source. So why would you not be connected to it? You see what I'm saying? So I'm always in my thoughts. I'm always thinking. Sometimes I know I do overthink a lot, but I know what I want and I know what I'm manifesting. And that's just what it is. Growing your own food, doing a lot. Like I'm not the type of person. It's just so long that I'll talk about stuff and I have to put it into action. I can't say, "Oh, I want
That's a
to
fact.
grow food. I want to do this. I want to do that," and you just end up the next 5 years doing the same shit. I'm not doing that. My mom told me earlier we were talking about something. She was like, "Well, you know, it's about the kids," and I said, "For who?"
I know.
You know, we don't come to this, we don't come here and you get stuck in this label of being a mom or a wife or somebody's son or somebody's whatever. Like I'm not a breeder. It's not, it's about your children, but it's not all about your children. And once you start thinking that, you're going to lose who you are, because besides everything, I am me, and I know that it's much deeper than my mother and father. So when I know that, and I've been knowing that since I was a little girl, you're not gonna no. I don't get. I try not to get stuck in these labels, but we do. It's all like brainwashing. But that's what I'm going to have is um that that soul family, those soul mates that you have, like he say, star family. Because I mean, you already feel lonely on this journey. Why would you continue to feel that way? You know what I mean? You just got to weed through all the bad and negativity. And we did it in Mexico. We almost got this beautiful compound, beautiful shit, 1100, and our money. We was gonna start a business and everything, and the universe knew this wasn't the right people, and things started going a different way. It didn't work out, but you know, when we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. I just can't use my words for nothing and say I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna do it. That's a waste of energy. I don't like talking anyway. I really don't. I know for a fact when they said we was telepathic first, I know that's true. Because
That's a fact.
I'm not, you know what I mean? Our words only hold so much meaning because it's just so much you can express when you're talking, because there's so much energy behind it that you can't even get the right words sometimes. You still there, babe?
Hell yeah. Shit,
Ooh,
I'm a
smoky as
smoker.
hell on that porch. Wherever you at. I don't know where you at.
They on the porch,
You
man.
might be five countries over. Who knows with us? You might be
Yeah,
on a
man.
plane in
You know,
Spain.
I'm a traveler, so I'm a soul traveler, so I can
Who
just manifest
knows?
anywhere, man. I mean, like this.
Listen, I've been so tempted to book those tickets. So tempted. Oh my God.
That's my first
That's the
one,
most
yo. I ain't do that
groovy
in a
man
minute.
I've seen in my life. Huh?
I ain't do that. I ain't do one in a minute, yo. That's my first one.
How can you be tired like that and still smoke? Like, Jesus Christ.
It doesn't when you're like, how can a person eat when they still full? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like
What does that mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Shit, yeah, it comes with the habit, man. Your body start getting used to it. I'm gonna keep it real. I can look like this. G- I'm talking, so my eyes open. But when I'm chilling, boom, I can look like this. And if she's talking, because like I said, I could be a social smoker, just like we got social drinkers. If I wasn't talking to her, I wouldn't be smoking as much. I'd be in the crib. But if I'm on B, I'm talking. I got
11,
way
11,
too
11, 11.
11. I stop sometimes when I do it. Sometimes I catch myself saying God, and I gotta stop doing that. I can't keep saying God and shit like that. It don't sit right with me like that no more. It sits right saying like I don't have a name for it yet, so I said like universal. Like I said like think the universe and shit like that. I don't feel comfortable saying God because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe there's a God, but I don't believe like what they told us. You know what I mean? Like yo, when you do research, man made God singular, but God was always plural. God was always with an S. So it's just from the original, not man-made, not Hebrew, to my original. It always say God's. Always. Always. We just know God. But he came from somebody, and he came from somebody, and it came from the one that tried. Yo, this shit is it's too deep to go right now, and I will feel wrong. But this is why I like doing this because I like to do like me and the wife. We're going to do like a what is it called, screen share, and we're going to screen share information, and then we're going to talk about the information based on our both, you know what I mean, intellectual side
Yeah.
of what we've said from that, and then y'all can speak on what you got from it. You know what I mean? Because the information is so deep that if I give it to you, it wouldn't be as authentic as the person that did as more research. They're going to give you the more better words. They're going to give you the better breakdown. They're going to give you better understanding. I'm just going to give you just the surface of it, and it's too deep for me to even give you that. But we're going to definitely do that. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's something to do too. To build what you guys, what information we're learning as well.
So let me ask you this random question: Do you believe God? If God, because I know it's easy. Because I'm going to ask you, do you think God is a man or a woman? And some people will say that well, there's no sex or gender, and that's just an easy way to get out of answering the question. But if it was a gender, and there was an energy of feminine or masculine, because one thing that for people that don't know about ayahuasca, for every single person that has done ayahuasca, there's always a feminine entity or energy that they see or feel. And that's why they call her Mother Aya for short for ayahuasca. And that's just to me like Mother Nature. So that makes sense. And ayahuasca is from nature because it's a bark and tree and all that type of stuff. But do you think it's a male or female?
I don't think
I,
gender
if
matters.
you had to put an energy behind it, not so much a gender like a person, but a feminine or masculine. Do you think it's a, you know, I just want your opinion.
I think majority of gods are men. There are not that many. When we say there's 6,000, 8,000 gods, there's not 6,000, 8,000 goddesses. There are like probably 400 goddesses. But if God had to be a gender, I would make him a male because of only, well, I would make him transgender because I would think him not being one. But if I would do one
Damn.
because of the, you know, maybe because mostly things that are transgender doesn't need a man or a female to make a child. So by him being transgender, he don't need a mate. He can build a civilization without either. So that's what's so special about those animals that can make eggs without any. They can be a male or female, so they can be able to make its own. So that's what I would call it. But God, but a male because
You would
of
call
all
God
the.
transgender?
I would not transgender, but a thing, one of those species or creations that doesn't need another mate to be able to reproduce.
How
So
about
you
the
got some
Amazon women?
like Amazon women are just a set of women at that time that was in tune with their self that know how to recreate. So it was like, okay, you got some people at one point in time that know how to bend spoons, but it wasn't like the whole world was doing it. It was just a collective set of people that was in tune with their knowledge that know how to bend spoons. So you had a group of females at one point in time that was in tune with nature and was attuned maybe because they didn't want men, maybe because they didn't like men, maybe because they was raped at that time. You understand those times the harsh condition was different, but they was way more in tune with nature. So they learned, just like Dr. Yakub, just like all these spiritual people before crystals, how they learned crystals, how to use it for like when who the first person learned how to put salt in front of the door to take away evil spirits. So when the original thing was coming around, they was learning how to like do certain things to their body or pray to certain things, eat certain food and make them more fertilized. They can go get this bark from the tree. This tree will make them so fertile that they can do whatever and they'll make them have a child. So they was in tune. We are just looking at these women that was special at one point in time and using it today's time. So it's like having a great great grandmom that was a queen of fucking Africa. But you're not the queen of Africa, but you're using your grandmom as like as for but that's not you. That's just that's your grandmom. She was like that. You're not like that. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But that's what we're doing now. We're using old information to make new information valid. And it's like that's not what it was there. New information is made to be created, not reciprocated from old shit. But that's what we're doing. We're debating old information for new evolution. That doesn't even make sense. But we're doing it. Does it make sense? But we do it all the time. Debate.
Yeah, I just asked that question. I was watching Dame Dash talk about that, and I like to hear it because people always want to give their reasons and break down if it's male or female energy or both. You know what I mean? To me, it really
You think a
doesn't
female can
matter.
build the pyramids? You think the female is logic enough to build the pyramids and build all these and like all these things, war, and you think if God was a female, you think he would have made an army full of men, or you think he would have made an army full of females because they won't be raping women? Because God, thank God, if it was female, she would have already gave them wives or gave them mates. They gave them something. They won't have to go down there and have sex. But they didn't. It was all men up there. All men. That's what they're saying. That's why they came down here for the females. If it was a girl, she was fucked up. She made a whole bunch of niggas and didn't give them nothing to hit. What? But put females on Earth, but ain't gonna put no females up here with the niggas. What? What? So what happened to all the females that died? Where they souls go? Did they go up there with the niggas that's up there? What the fuck? Like,
I
I
mean,
don't get it.
that's your opinion on your look. Like I said, I've heard people say both, and when people give both reasons and breakdown, I mean, it can go either way. I feel like it's energy. Um, it's a lot behind that. That's just a good topic on any type of thing, just to hear people break down how they look at it and why they look at it that way. And then some people will go in detail and say that there's information or facts that it was a woman. I personally don't care. I don't.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think it
not really
matters.
something that I dig into or care to even like research like that because everything has a mate. Everything down to the smallest
It does.
whatever on this earth has a mate, male, female, yin yang, whatever. So but people, it's fun to hear people break down, if it's masculine or feminine or whatever, just to hear it.
I think people do it a lot of times because it makes their narrative more precise. So a lot of people believe in the female evolution, so they can use things that was created by females as their stamp. And then you got people that believe man, God was a man, and they can use theory or writings or whatever to make that a hard stamp on their debate. But if I ask a person, if what is an alien? Is the alien male or female? Do they have those? Like, do they have? Can they reproduce? They're very intelligent, highly intelligent. So if we was 100% using our brain, would you have sex physically or telepathically? Telepathically.
Well,
So if we,
aliens communicate telepathically. You must be walking around because you're breaking up. How you just froze like that? Did it? So I wanted this to live go out because you invited me. Well, that's nice. Well, come over here. Look at yourself. Say goodbye.
All right, yo, we gotta go, man. Love y'all, man. I'm still live. I don't know how to end it. In live